Stephen, just reflecting on the weekend, must have been happy with the result and performance.
Yeah, very, very professional performance. I thought we were in total control of the game. Could have and should have probably won by more, but it was a really professional performance. Defensively sound. I thought our press was very good, and we'll need more of the same for tomorrow night.
Is that the exact type of attitude you're looking at? It's obviously not long to go until the split, but you must feel confident that if you keep on putting in those types of performances that you'll be in the top six come the split.
Yeah, I mean, even in the games we lost, the Celtic game and the Livingston game, I thought our performance level was very high. We're doing a lot of good things, you know. Sometimes you just don't get the result to complement that. We did on Saturday. And we still, you know, there's a long way to go to be in the top six, so we still have to continue to do that. And you know, Ross County have been buoyed by a late goal. They'll be confident going into the game, and we must have the same organisation and work ethic to get a result.
Is that consistency of performance a huge thing at this time of the season? Results might not go your way here and there, but if the players are putting in the level you're looking for, then it's all going well from your perspective.
Yeah, look, the level of performance has been very good since we come back from the break. Results have matched that mainly. You know, and if you can continue that level of performance, you know, it's now ingrained in the boys what we want. You know, even the newer boys that have arrived in the window are starting to get that. We're starting to get options back to the bench again, which means we've got a really strong bench, and that's what we need for the running.
Stephen, would you admit this could be a really big week for you? Because you've been so good so far this season, you might only need 2 or 3 more wins to get the top six.
I'm not sure about that. I'm still making sure are we safe from 10th place yet? When we do that, then we'll worry about top six. But yeah, I agree. It is a big week. We said that before Saturday's game. You know, it's 3 huge games that we feel we can get points from. But you have to take it as we said, every manager says it's one game at a time. We need to approach this Ross County game, a new manager in place with Don, and that we have to be prepared. You know, they've got 3 very good strikers that they played on Saturday, and we need to make sure we try and get points there before we worry about the next one.
Yeah, I take your point about getting away from the bottom, but actually, given where you are and the gap you've now got between you and the rest, it's quite a nice position for you that you're looking forward and thinking, right, you know, a few more points and it's sealed.
Yeah, it's certainly better than looking up the way and worrying. Yeah, look, we've had a very good season. You know, it's been a really, really good season, but we want to make sure we finish it off. You know, we don't want to think we've already done something before it's been achieved. We've got hard games coming up. Every game is different. They're either fighting for their lives or people are trying to get into the top 6. And that's the same throughout the league. So, you know, we just have to be disciplined, remain focused, and, you know, we know what we want within the dressing room. I don't go shouting about what we're trying to achieve. Ultimately, I keep saying we need to stay in the division. Once that's secured, we try and secure top 6. And then after you secure top 6, then you worry where you can take the club from there.
I think it's a wee while since you've won up the road there, isn't it? Maybe two and a bit years. It's quite a difficult place for a lot of teams to go.
Is it? Thanks for that, Curly. That's boosted me this morning.
Nearly 2.5 years.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So that's well, we'll have to change that then on Tuesday night, won't we? But yeah, look, it's a difficult place to go. We travel up in the day, and you know it's a long trip, but it certainly makes the 4-hour journey back down the road if you come back with points, and that's our aim.
We're hoping the game won't be postponed when you arrive this time.
Yeah, that's a bit of a blow. The second time to go up on a Tuesday night to Ross County, and the only Saturday game we had up there, the game was called off. But like that's nobody's fault. You can't control the weather. Up in that beautiful part of the country as well, they get a lot more snow, and but hopefully it's a wee bit frosty this morning. But hopefully the weather will be fine, and it'll be a good game.
I remember you speaking earlier this season about splitting the season into chunks. There's now 6 games to go before the split. How important do you think this final little chunk before the split can be?
Yeah, good. Well, we split it into 4 game blocks. You know, so this is the last game in this 4 game block, and certainly incentive to try and get 3 points, and then we go into the obviously the last 4 game block plus an extra one, which is obviously away to Celtic. So that's the bonus game at the end of it. So yeah, look, we try and not get too high with winning games or too down with losing games, and I've continually said that. And that has to be a perspective put into every result and every performance, and not get too far ahead of yourself or get too down with defeats.
Sure, the attitude at Ross County's maybe changed a bit since the change of manager. Derek's gone, Don's in there now. Maybe wouldn't have got that type of result at the weekend, you know, a few weeks ago. But certainly look a different kind of team now?
Yeah, they've obviously shown a lot of character to come. You know, they were 2-0 up, then you know it's a difficult position, and then they get back to 2-2, showing the character to come back and win the game. Ross County are good players. You know, they've got some very very good individual players that can win games. Some I've worked with, so we've got total respect for them. New manager's giving them a lift. You know, they've come in, and it looks like a lot of positivity up there now. So we have to make sure that we don't let them continue the performance that they had on Saturday. We have to go up there, press them the way we do. You know, put teams under real pressure and put our stamp on the game.
What's the squad looking like for the game tomorrow?
Yeah, we're hopeful. We'll have Mark O'Hara back involved in the squad. Everybody's came through the game fine. Conor McMenamin will train again today, so we'll judge that whether he could be on the bench or not. It would obviously be too soon to start. And Ryan Strain started training with the physio, kicking balls, so we're hopeful. We're getting there. And as I say, with a small squad but a really strong squad in my opinion, if we can have everybody fit and fighting for places, then you know to maybe have Keanu Backus or Quan or Caelan Boyd Muntz and Mark O'Hara, 2 out of the 4 of them on the bench would be refreshing for me in a real position of strength.
And a welcome time to get your captain back.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Mark's been fantastic for me since I came into the club. He's obviously struggled in the last few months with injury, tried to play on with it. People don't realise that, you know, the things that the boys go through and you know go through for the football club, and we just had to pull him out to get him 100% right, and we're hopeful he's there now, and certainly a big boost to have him back.
And 6 games to go, but you're in quite a strong position in the top 6. How big an achievement would that be for you to do that in back-to-back seasons?
Well, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, was it once in 46 years we got into the top 6? To do it 2 years in a row would be an incredible achievement for this group of players and everybody at the football club. You know, we've pushed the football club forward massively on and off the pitch. You know, with Keith and his team at the ground, the board's backing. You know, there's a lot of people that don't get recognition, and the group of players themselves, I'll be absolutely delighted for them. But there's still a lot of work to be done.
What would that mean if this time you could go one further and get into Europe?
Let's get in the top 6 first.
How do you deal with a situation when you get closer to the split? Everybody starts to talk about top 6, and likewise at the bottom, people are starting to look at the second bottom place and bottom place. Do you have to kind of help the players get that out of their minds when you're going into games? Because if the focus is always on the league table, it's maybe a wee distraction.
Yeah, and look, you can't stop people looking, and that's for fans to do that. You want them to get excited. You want, you know, the dream. That's the idea. My job is to keep the players, as you rightly said, focused, and we do that within them game blocks. You know, we've calculated what points we'll need to get into the top 6, and so you have a perspective on that when you don't get them, or if you get more points than you expected in one block, then it gives you a little bit of a cushion and a leeway, and that's what we're trying to do. But it's about remaining calm and focused on what's in front of you. You can't get too carried away, or if this happens, or maybes and buts. You've got to make sure you're focused on what's in front of you.
See, the fan that you had the debrief with at Livingston, is that all kissed and made up? So
100%. Was that the game Saturday? Hopefully we all enjoyed the game. Everybody wants the same thing at this football club.
I just ask you as well, obviously there was a bit of a scary incident at the end of the game on Saturday with Sidibe for St Johnstone. You just pleased to see he's stable and hopefully get back to normal.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously he stayed overnight in the hospital in Glasgow. Our medical team were incredible. Jerry Docherty and Ian, our doc, was top class. So, I think St Johnstone acknowledged that as well. Between both medical teams, and it really does put football into perspective, doesn't it? When a boy's obviously collapsed on the football pitch. So we wish him well. Everybody at St Mirren wishes him well, and we hope to see him back on the pitch, fit and healthy as soon as possible.